Hi, I'm Richard.
And I'm Margot.
And this is week 1 of Charleston at Wednesday Night Hop for September 2013. So this week we started out with 20 style Charleston. And we started out learning the regular 20 style basic, which is a tap, step, tap, step. From the front it looks like this. Tap and step and tap and step. Tap and step, tap and step from a different angle. Step, tap and step. Tap and step. We talked a little about the bounce feel, the slight bend in the knees, but the relatively upright posture for 20 style Charleston.
We also talked about the idea that the leads and follows are both responsible for continuing their body movement forward and back, as opposed to reaching and tapping out away from their center. So we want to make sure that we are maintaining body movement forward and back.
We talked a little bit about the variation with the ankle swivels if you want to do this. It's a variation, but you don't have to do it. You can also just do the plain taps. So after we did the basic, we moved on and we did progressives, forward and backwards.
Well, first we did a partnership.
Oh, right, the partnership, of course. So leads, right hand, middle of the follower's back.
Follows, drape our arm across the top.
Y-shaped platform.
Follows, we bend our fingers at the first knuckle and curl over the top. We want to avoid grabbing on.
And hands at the follower's shoulder level.
We also talked about the body position. You can see here that Richard and I are offset, and our right foot is between our partner. Okay?
Square shoulders facing each other. I'm looking over Margot's right shoulder.
And I'm looking over Richard's right shoulder as well.
Okay. And then we did the basic together. So the leads would start back on one. The follows would then start forward on their left foot. Or the right foot, sorry. 5, 6, 7, and tap and step. Tap and step. Tap, step, and tap and step.
And we added in the progressive, moving forward for the leads.
So for this, we switched over from doing tap steps to just shifting into a walk. So tap and walk forward, and then tap and walk back, walk back, walk back.
We talked about the idea that follows are responsible for continuing their movement in any direction that the leads move us. So if we are continuing to move, we actually put our weight down. Whereas if we change direction, we're going to tap and then move the opposite direction.
And from the back, it looks like this for the leads footwork. 5, 6, 7, and tap, step, and tap, and walk, and walk, and walk, and tap, and walk, and walk, and walk. And then right back into basic. Tap, step, step. You can do as many of those walks as you want in either direction.
And the next thing we did was the bounce from forward to back on either side.
So in this case, it's very much like the progressives. You shift your weight over onto one side or the other, and you keep it there, and then just pulse back and forth. So you have your basic, tap, step, and bounce, 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 weight shift, bounce, 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 weight shift. And again, you can do as many of these as you want, but the idea here is that leads, if you're tapping with the left foot, that means you keep your weight over your right foot, and you keep your follower over on her side, so she can't ever put her weight on that free foot. And tap, 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 tap. And then when you want to shift to the other foot, you shift your weight, and then this one becomes the free foot to tap in the other direction, or to continue the second half of the basic.
We also talked about the idea that we didn't want to do a dramatic lean to one side to make that happen. We just want to adjust
shift the weight
to one side or the other foot.
Okay, so from the back again, so you have your basic, step, tap, step, and then your bounce, step, tap, and step, and then right back into basic. Step, tap, step.
Okay, the last thing that we did was a follower's turn.
Followers love to spin. So this leads, the footwork is the same as our regular basic, but the followers have this nice pivot turn. It looks like this. Tap, step, and tap, step, and there was a prep, turn, and step. Tap,
follows,
step,
our footwork is
tap,
more or less the same, but we're going to be stepping in front of us, tapping in front of us every time. So it's still right, left, left.
So you want to do it facing this way. So in both cases, it's we'll do a basic first. Tap for follows footwork. Tap, step, and to the front, to the back, to the back, to the front. And right, left. So right, left. Tap, step, step. Leads, remember the prep is on 1 if you're a counter. So we have this, our regular basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Prep to turn, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And follows, remember to keep your arm in front of yourself as much as possible as you're turning to avoid arm injuries and shoulder injuries.
And leads, you're just making a nice little halo around your follower's head.
And that's pretty much it. That's what we did this week.
That was week 1 of our Charleston series. Come back next week where we start learning 30 style. I'm Richard.
I'm Margot. Thank you.